Hey folks, and here we are back again. I don't know what day this is, but it's 6:30. That's what my computer says, and it's March 29th. So whatever day that is, we're here.
From CBS News New York, it's time for Sunday Morning with Jane Polly.
Pretty much. So right now we thought we'd talk about some sports movies that we could watch. As we get the California Seals rink that I created in NHL 18 or 19. So we're going to talk about some sports movies that you can watch while you're stuck inside, considering there's no sports on TV. Although they've been replaying a lot of different sports games on the radio. Actually, I turned on the radio today. They had an old Patriots game and a basketball game too on each of the sports channels. And I was like, okay,
was it Johnny or someone else for the basketball?
No. I think it was like a March Madness game.
Oh, yeah. Actually, Westwood One has been doing classic games.
Yeah. I think we get Westwood One here on the weekends. Is what it does.
You know, the Patriots, they only have 18 gazillion games to choose from.
Yeah, they were playing. They were playing 2017 Jaguars playoff game. It was kind of weird that they would pick that one. And Dave, hey, thanks for chumming in, buddy. I look forward to your Jeep thoughts and all your comments. And you keep me going, Dave. You do. It's a downtime for me. Today was a bad day again. And I look forward to all your stuff on Facebook, buddy. So keep it going. Keep the positive vibes up. All right. Thank you so much. And it's time for Stidman. Yeah, he posted today about Stidman. I was like, boy, 2020 just can't get any better, can it? Oh, so we're thinking about talking about some movies tonight. Some sports movies that you might want to see while you're sitting inside. I mean, maybe you want to watch it again. Maybe you got one that you like to watch over and over and over. Obviously, we have some of the classics that we can talk about here, but we thought about tonight we'll have a little topic called sports movies to watch. Obviously, Ron, there's so many to start with. I want to start with some of the lesser known ones.
Okay.
I really like The Replacements with Keanu Reeves and Gene Hackman.
Yeah, those are good actors. I don't really watch a lot of movies, so you're going to get like, okay, sure. But, the cast of that is good. That was, is that a strike? Was that like a scam?
Yeah. So The Replacements was a fictional league. Okay. And what it was based off the NFL, but it was on a strike. Right. And so the league decided to bring up replacement players like they did in, was it 82?
87.
87. Okay. That's why you're here.
You flash me, I'm leaving. So
they brought up replacement players, and Keanu Reeves was the quarterback who had he was ready to go coming out of college. I don't know if he made the pros, but he was supposed to be the next big thing, and he just screwed up and he messed it up, and he was scraping barnacles off ships for a living. That was his job. So he came in as a quarterback. So the Washington team, the Washington Generals, they took all these misfits and they continued the season from where the strike left off. So they needed to win a handful of games to get into the playoffs. Okay. And they just couldn't get it together. And the team got in all kinds of trouble. But then as the movie goes on, they all kind of bond and everybody works together. It's a feel-good story, but it's just really cool. The best part is when players started to cross the picket line towards the end of the
which happened in 87.
Yeah. So what ends up happening with the movie here is that they go to play Dallas, and Dallas is like they need to beat Dallas to get to the playoffs. Okay. The entire Dallas team crossed the picket line. So they're playing the actual Dallas team rather than the replacement Dallas team. Also, the quarterback for Washington crosses the line. So they kick Keanu Reeves out. They say, hey, we got our star quarterback.
We got our man back. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's going to lead the team. So ends up happening is they get croaked at halftime. And Gene Hackman, he gets interviewed. He's like, what's it going to take to come back against Dallas? He goes, we need heart. He's like, we need some heart. And Keanu Reeves is watching the game. He always said Keanu Reeves had heart, And so Keanu Reeves gets off the boat, drives to the stadium, shows up in the locker room at halftime, gets dressed, goes back in and saves the day. And it was fantastic movie, fantastic feel good. And Andrew, hey, Louisville.
How you doing, Andrew?
How are things down there? Hopefully things are doing okay there.
Gene Hackman is actually in my favorite sports movie of all time.
Was that Hoosiers?
Yes.
I'm not a basketball guy too much, but boy, I tell you, Hoosiers was a good movie. I watched that one day. I was like, it
Oh
was a
yeah,
rainy day. And I was like, I was like, holy cow, that was pretty good.
when they make the playoffs, because in Indiana for years they didn't classify them by size, so everybody got in, and so
Mhm.
they get to the big court in Indianapolis, and he's got them with the measuring tape. Okay, measure the court. It's
I
94
saw that.
feet.
Yeah. Can you measure that? Yeah, that was such a good
And
moment.
then measure to the rim. It's 10 feet. It's the same thing as our gym. And so that was just great. That was just great. Great
Yeah.
music too.
In fact, they had at the end of that movie, they had some actual clips of the game at the
Hickory
very end of
High,
that.
right?
Yeah, boy, I tell you, that guy sat there dribbling that ball for minutes at a time, and that's why for the longest time I could not watch college basketball because there was no shot clock. You could sit there and dribble for 15 minutes, and if nobody came at you, nobody came at you, and that's all they did is they bled that clock down the entire game.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You know who
Yep.
the only player and a person in the world to hold Michael Jordan under 20 points on a team?
No,
North Carolina basketball coach Dean Smith, because that's what they had the four corners when Jordan was there.
what was it?
The four corners is what was in the movie. Just kind of pass it, hold it for 5, pass it, hold it for 5. Get your 5. And
Yeah,
so,
no, I'm glad they put the shot clock in because it was. I remember having it on TV once in a while. Like, wow, this is just it's boring, really.
and the
It's-
final score, the reason why they put the shot clock in the NBA, something that you don't find on your Fortnite streams, by the way,
okay.
was a game between the Minneapolis Lakers and someone else, might have been the Pistons or something like that. And the final score was 16-14.
Really?
Yes. And
Wow.
the NBA adopted the 24-second shot clock that next season. And Dave Lill's right. Phil Ford from North Carolina, the king of the fourth quarters. You run like hell for 30 minutes, you get the lead, and then you eat it. Breaking away. I've never seen that. That was Robbie Benson. That wasn't Mary Tyler Moore. That was Ordinary People. But Robbie Benson was in that, right? Fort Wayne
That one I
Pistons.
don't know of. I don't know of that one.
Early
Break-
80s.
Was it?
Like early 80s, 80, 81, something like that.
Is that the Dave Little 500?
Yes, that's the Dave Little 500.
Apachata, good to see you, buddy.
I think it was the Fort Wayne Pistons.
And hi, Dave. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for that nice comment on Facebook today. That really made my day. I'm actually in a better mood because of that, by the way. I really am.
Dennis Quaid was in Breaking Away, so I got that wrong.
You know, he was it? Wait, what's the older Quaid? Is
Randy.
Is Randy the old one?
I think so.
I forget which one. One of them played in a really good movie too. It was called Frequency. And I don't know if you like time travel movies at all.
Is that the one where he talks with his dead father?
He talks on the
On the radio.
shortwave, yeah.
Shortwave radio.
Yeah, there's a big cloud, like a metallic cloud, some kind of magnetic thing goes over his house, and he digs out his father's shortwave radio, and he starts talking, and he picks up his father from like 20 or 30 years ago, and he had died, and they were talking, and it took a few nights for them to figure out who was who, and they didn't know how it was happening, but it was really kind of cool. That if you like kind of time travel, movies, there, Frequency was really good. I really like Frequency. It's one of my favorite ones. And okay, so that was Apatow, some Dennis Quaid. So Randy must be the old. So Randy was the one that saved the world in Judgment Day or July 4th Day, Independence Day.
Oh, and of course, Julian
Independence Day.
Irving was in the great classic, The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
That's true.
And
Randy's the goof. Yeah, Randy's the one that
he went
Randy got
way
thrown
off.
off of social media after he wore a mask and his wife wore a mask, and they did a couple things that were inappropriate on camera.
Yeah, he just went way off the deep end.
Oh my goodness, did he ever?
Yeah. David likes 42. That's probably baseball, right?
Yes, it is. Jackie Robinson. I haven't seen that one. For all the love I have of baseball, I really don't have a favorite baseball movie. I cannot stand Field of Dreams. 8 Men Out. I take that back. I really enjoyed 8 Men Out. But Field of Dreams, just like,
Do you know what my favorite baseball movie is?
Brewster's Millions was good, yes.
My favorite baseball movie is
The Strike in '94. Yes, we know. Nobody got no.
it It Happens Every Spring.
Who was in that?
It's a black and white movie.
Yep.
I don't know anybody in the movie, but I remember last time I was unemployed 25 years ago, I watched this black and white baseball movie called It Happens Every Spring. And it's about this guy who develops a substance, right? And he slides this substance into his glove, and he has a little hole in his glove. He would rub the ball on it, and we would throw it. It would avoid the bat.
Oh, Raymond Land.
Okay. And
Major League's pretty good too, yeah.
And so, yeah, Major League. Yeah, Major League is probably, yeah, Major League's my favorite. I forgot about that one. But this black and white, I watched the whole thing, and it's how he led the team, and they didn't see, and they couldn't hit this guy, you know. And then, but in one of the final games, he was losing his whatever, and he threw it, and the guy hit it, and he caught it with his bare hand. He made the play, but he broke his hand. He could never pitch again, and he was like a one season wonder for the team. It was just.
The Natural was good too. Now that you've got me thinking about it, Robert Redford, Glenn Close, Wilford Brimley, Bowl of Oatmeal,
and Nate's in there. Nate, I hope we get back to hockey soon. I really do. This is killing me here having no hockey.
Did you ever see Pride of the Yankees? It's Lou Gehrig.
No,
Sorry.
No, I don't think I did.
Gary Cooper plays Lou Gehrig from High Noon and something like that. And he normally was in Westerns and was the good guy. But he hit the wrong way. So when they filmed the movie, he had to wear the Yankee jersey in reverse because they reversed it.
Oh, I think you told me about that one. Yeah. Yep. Major League. Yeah, that one's fantastic. Actually, all the major leagues were good. I liked them all.
I only saw the first one. Damn Yankees was good too. Van Johnson and Gwen Verdon. It was a converted Broadway musical about the Washington Senators. And they had a guy that pretty much took some sort of aging tonic and got the Senators in the pennant race. You know, so there are some good baseball movies, but anything with Kevin Costner, no.
He's all right. He's all right in some stuff.
Dances with Wolves and was, but no. Field of Dreams was never my jam. And yes, just a bit outside.
You're not the best color broadcaster for nothing, or whatever he said. Love that part there. What do you think? The guy sitting it. You're not the best color man in baseball for nothing. I used to say that to my broadcast partner, Ruppy Haley, all the time. Because when we did hockey, we would sit there and I'd be like, "What do you think about that, Rupp?" He's like, "I got nothing." It's like, "Well, you're not the best color man in hockey for nothing."
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, 61. Okay.
Billy Crystal produced that.
Hey, what was the one with the Rock Gridiron Gang? Was that the one with the Rock, the football one? Or he goes
good football ones too.
Rock did one, I think it was Gridiron Gang, where he took a whole bunch of kids that were troubled kids, and it wasn't quite a jail, but it was kind of sort of a jail, and he
I was actually, the original had Eddie Albert and Burt Reynolds.
And
The Longest Yard?
No. That was
okay. But they redid that one, right?
Yeah, with Adam Sandler.
Okay.
And no, this was he took a bunch of teenagers, and he kind of got them into shape to play football, and he straightened them out, so to speak. He straightened all these kids out, and they took on the rich kids from the white neighborhood, because he had all these poor black kids that were all in trouble. And the rich white kids were supposed to destroy him, and they gave him a game. And I forget if they won or not, but it was just another good rags to riches type of movie there.
You got to figure, going back to Major League, that Harry Doyle is a direct rip of Harry Carey.
Yeah. Hey, what about the Bad News Bears?
That was a good one. I love Walter Matthau.
That was another good one.
Tatum O'Neal.
Yep, that was a fun one there. The Chico's Bail Bonds.
Yes.
I'm on a Facebook group for jerseys, and every once in a while you see someone post a Chico's Bail Bonds sponsored Bears
Every
jersey.
once in a while, I'll pull out the Chico's Bail Bonds line, and it just goes over people's heads. So I retired that. Love Slapshot.
It is you don't need. There's no argument. Slapshot is the best. It's just.
I mean, there's only one hockey movie, Slapshot, and there's only one golf movie, Caddyshack.
Yeah,
I suppose you could Happy Gilmore and Tin Cup.
Although I got to say, if you want to talk about other hockey movies, Slapshot, I like Slapshot 2. Nowhere's near Slapshot 1, but I enjoyed Slapshot 2. Slapshot 3, I've tried to watch twice, and I've turned it off twice. Slapshot 2 was all right. It really was. Mystery Alaska, another good hockey movie. I really like Mystery Alaska. Obviously, Miracle was really good. What was it? Kurt Russell did Herb Brooks.
Yes.
Oh man, Kurt Russell doing Herb Brooks. You just felt that. He just nailed it. He nailed it. And how do these people ever remember all his lines and all his speech, like word for word? I don't know how someone ever remembered that.
I did a play in high school, and we took a highlighter and you highlight all your lines, and today we're running the first 10 pages. So you'd go home and you'd try to memorize them.
But practice, I mean, like, Herb Brooks passed away. So how's anybody know exactly what he said in that locker room? Did they remember that? Or was that just kind of like
Hollywood
kind of what he said? Yeah, this is true.
Junction Boys, which is the movie for ESPN on Bear Bryant when he was at Texas A&M.
Oh, Michael Youngblood, yeah, that was I saw that a few months ago, and I don't think I've ever sat through the whole thing of Youngblood, but I saw that. Is that the one when he was the father in the barn? He was toughing him up in the barn with his brother because his brother couldn't play or something like that. So it was him and his father and his brother toughened him up, and then he finally dropped the gloves with the bad guy at the end. I think that was Youngblood because he was the pretty boy goal scorer, and he quit because it got too hard, and they toughened him up. So. Yeah, Youngblood, that was pretty good too. Mystery Alaska, I like. That was a weird movie. Goon. Oh, Flinner. Good to see Flinner there. Goon was good too. I don't know if I seen the second one. Yeah, I did. The second one. Yeah, I did see the second one. But Goon 1 was pretty good. Goon 2 was good too.
I'm rather partial on VHS to the 1993 Stanley Cup highlight video.
And as you would be. I haven't seen Diggs Ice Warriors. Oh yeah, is that the new one there about the Bob Probert and the fighters? I think that's what it is. Ooh. Mike said, yeah, that was young. Figured that was the Youngblood one. Yeah,
Naked Gun is a sport. One of those is a sports movie. It's when Reggie Jackson had to kill the Queen.
I must kill the Queen. Yeah, that's one that had O.J. Simpson in it.
Oh, Nordberg, yes.
Nordberg is so good. Digs down that one scene with O.J. Simpson, right? When he's in, he goes in to bust the people that were on the dock. I don't know if you remember this scene. And he busts into this little shack on the dock. And he's like, I got you now. And then something happened, like where they shot him, right? And he's like, oh. And he's over and he puts his hand on the stove, and he's like, ah. And he puts his other hand and the window goes down on it. And then he trips on a paint bucket and paint. It's like, and these people, look at OJ going through this place, just getting destroyed. that was really good. So yeah, that was a funny one. Goon was good. Goon 2 was good. Goon 2 was I liked it there how they teamed up together and they did the thing. That was pretty fun. How the two bad guys teamed up. Ross the Boss Shay. I forget who played that. He played in that Showtime series with the boxers.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it. There's some good sports scenes in some of the Bond movies too.
I want to say Liam. I forget his name now. If anybody in the chat room who played Ross Shay in Goon. I think it began with L. Oh, Guru Corey Wallace. Love Guru. Yeah. Was that Adam? No, that was
Mike Myers, wasn't it?
Mike Myers, yeah. I'm here to help the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's Leafs. I kept calling it the Maple Leaves. That was a fun one. Oh, that scene there, and I forget who was in it. They had they had the black guy on the team, and they set it up to look exactly like a hockey game. And his girlfriend broke up with him. And he couldn't play hockey run. So picture this scene. Have you seen the movie?
Mm-mm.
No. So, you know how they have I don't know how they did this, but they had him on the ice and it looked like an actual hockey broadcast. And they fed him in front and the goalie was all faked out. He had the wide open net from 8 feet away and he shanked it right with an open net because that's how messed up in the head he was. But the way they made this look, you would think that this was on in ESPN or an NBC broadcast, the way they took that shot. I was like, wow, that was really, really impressive. That way they did that. It didn't look like cool. It was a Hollywood thing. They did a great job with that, you know. What was the one with Sudden Death? Yeah, who Nate said that. Sudden Death. Yeah, that's the one they had in Pittsburgh, right? When they opened up the dome and then the helicopter
Oh,
fell
one of
in
the rare times they ever did that.
with Van Damme. Yeah. Yep.
It's a great hockey scene in Wayne's World too, when they're playing in the street.
Oh yeah, yep.
Car.
Yep,
Liev
that
Schreiber was
fun.
Ross Ray.
Oh, Liev Schreiber. Yeah, okay, Liev. That's what it was. It wasn't Liev, it was Liev. Okay. That's who it was. Liev Schreiber. Okay. Ross the Boss Ray. Yeah. Schreiber. Okay. Thank you so
Tom
much.
Cruise was in a good high school football movie, Make All the Right Moves. That was an early 80s flick. That was on HBO all the time.
He was in a couple of ones like that. Wasn't that like Friday Night Lights or
well, that they turned that into a TV series, the book. Yeah.
Oh.
Didn't they? I think they did a movie on Friday Night Lights as well.
Oh, Justin Timberlake. Was that the guy in Love Guru? Yeah, he was Jacques Lecoq. That was his name.
Of course he was.
He got all the women. He did good. He did good. He did a fantastic job. I'm not a big fan of his music, but his movies, he is so good at movies. He really
is. I love him when he does SNL and the Tonight Show.
Oh no. Live from the road.
Driving.
That's right. This is your roving reporter, Flinner here. I'm out. I got the Corona 1 out.
Okay.
The Corona wipers are going. What's going on, guys?
Not much.
How are things?
Things it's just I feel like it's Groundhog Day, Dave.
Don't drive angry now.
What's there to be angry about?
Dave's showing pictures of Oreo cookies, and I can't eat them. That makes me very angry.
Are those double stuff Oreos or mega stuff?
On the right, they're double stuffed, and on the left, they're regular.
Have you tried the huge ones? Have you tried the real huge mega Oreos?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah,
I have not yet. I've seen them. I had my hand on them and I put them back. I was afraid. A buddy
of mine stacked a couple of those, and he had this thing that was about yay big or so.
Oh man, yeah. One of my neighbor's kids does that. She says he takes out all the stuff and it makes a monstrous one, and it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I could eat one, let alone stacking 3 of those things together.
When I was in the 3rd grade, I would have done that.
Yeah, maybe in the 3rd grade.
Anyway,
now I'm going to take some objection with some things Ron said. In the fact that the only good golf movie was Caddyshack. Now I've never seen Caddyshack, and as Dave knows,
go ahead and give me crap about that when you've never seen it.
Right. No, I'm not. So what I'm going to say is I'm not judging Caddyshack. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but there's so many great golf games. The greatest game ever played is such a fantastic.
Oh, Francis, we met. Yeah.
So I actually like Bagger Vance. The Legend of Bagger Vance was a good movie also.
Will Smith is in that one too.
That's right.
And
I feel
Happy Gilmore.
I feel like Will Smith right now. What was the movie where he was in New York and there was no one around?
Was it Legend?
That's what I feel like right now. Yeah. No, it's is that it?
I think it was the remake of the Charlton Heston movie.
Yeah, that's what I feel like right now.
Yeah, I always thought about. I don't know about you guys, but you see that movie like, man, what would I do if I was the last guy? And I was like, I'd go down to the Boston Garden, I'd skate on the ice, I'd go to Gillette, I'd play on the field, and then I'm thinking, now I go out today, and it's like, no, I wouldn't, because I'm so damn depressed that I can't go out and do anything that I don't think I'd want to do all these things. Yeah, it was I Am Legend. Corey says, thank you for that, Corey.
Yeah, I Am Legend.
So where are you going right now to get some toilet paper?
I'm going to be in the car quite a long time, I would think. And when's that going to replace the dollar as currency?
Pretty much, right?
Yeah. So honestly, I'm going to tell you where I really went. I'm a little embarrassed by this, but we've eaten in the house now 4 or 5 days in a row, and we finally said, "Hey, it's time for pizza," and so we went out to Pizza Hut, Now, we haven't had Pizza Hut in over a year and a half because Pizza Hut in all of Southeast Pennsylvania, they disappeared. I don't know what happened to them, but they just all closed. Well, they might, but that's your opinion. But we've already had pizza 2 or 3 times in the last 2 weeks now. So we're like, we need to have something different. So we settled on Pizza Hut for whatever reason. But there's no Pizza Hut local to me. The closest one's like a half hour over the bridge in Jersey. And I said, well, I've got nothing better to do.
Are they letting you go? Because I heard they're locking the states down up here, that you can't cross state lines.
Well, no one stopped me. Ninja Flynn went into that place and got back out.
Did you get an extra pizza and like give the cop a slice if he pulled you over? Hey, how about a couple slices?
Well, if the Pizza Hut's allowed to be open or allowed people out, I mean, there was people in the other stores, you know. I did do there was somebody in the Pizza Hut when I got there, so I sat in my car and waited for that person to come out, and then I went in.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be safe. So,
well, all right. If the only thing that would make this picture any better is if you had a cigarette hanging out of your mouth. Just saying, that would be the thing. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Hand out the window, puffing on a cigarette. There you go.
Got a beer between your legs, you know.
So we're talking about sports movies here. We've got a list of pretty good ones here. Stuff I even forgot about. Obviously we're talking Slapshot for hockey movies and Goon. I think you brought up Goon there, and somebody brought up. The one, what was that one?
Youngblood. Youngblood's a great. That's a great movie. Miracle to me, that's the best one. I love that movie. But Mystery Alaska was another great one for sure. But baseball, how could you not like Field of Dreams, Ron?
Oh, it's horrible.
What's wrong with it? You know, you need to give up your citizenship immediately. Oh wait, you're Canadian. That's why.
No, I'm American. I'm in Vermont.
No, you're a Canadians fan, so you're Canadian.
Hey,
okay.
Flynn, we got people asking, did you get the pineapple pizza?
Yeah, what did you get for pizza?
Pineapple? Who puts pineapple on pizza? You know
exactly.
Who does that?
Raise his hand.
Yeah.
And someone else asked, did you get the Big Dipper, the new Big Dipper?
No Big Dipper. Just regular Pizza Hut pizza.
Oh, and someone brought up the Mighty Ducks. We haven't even talked about the Mighty Ducks.
The US of us.
Yeah.
Quack, Mr. Ducksworth.
It's not worth winning if you can't win big.
That's what she said.
You're not a real duck. I say that all the time. When we have trades in our league, sometimes when we trade somebody or somebody fills in on the team, I say, you're not a real duck. They don't even know what that means. It's like, come on, man. You haven't watched the Mighty Ducks.
I heard he was. No, that's a great movie. All three of them were really good. I mean, the first one, is untouchable. But yeah, that one's up there. That one might be better than all of those. That had a profound effect on a lot of young people.
I think that brought hockey in and to a whole group of people, and even created an NHL team, for crying out loud.
Yeah, it did.
That's still playing. So as silly as it was and as Disney as it was, it worked.
Put a team in Anaheim.
Larry said, I went to the store and traffic was light. Yeah, it is. The plaza I went to.
It's a ghost town out here.
Aside from like the shop, the food stores and CVS, everything else is closed down right now. And they're saying it might open up around here in another week or two. I think that's wishful thinking, but you never know. You got to give something people to hope for. Yes, I miss hockey too. I've been getting a lot of texts and comments from people in the league that that just want to play hockey again. Corey Watt, is Dodgeball considered a sports movie?
Sure.
Yeah. Is it? It's
more
comedies.
Competitive. I've watched.
Well, but then that's like saying Happy. But that's like saying Happy Gilmore. Then isn't really a sports movie. It's the same people.
Yeah, maybe.
If you don't consider dodgeball a sport, then maybe that's your argument. But it's made by the same people. That Happy Madison group of people, that made those movies.
Hey, what do you say, Cause? How you feeling? We're going to miss so much hockey, Cause. You're going to be all healed up by the time we get back to playing.
Like,
holy cow.
The same crew that did The Legend of Ricky Bobby, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a mix of people, but that's all. Either your Adams, Adam Sandler's and Ben Stiller's, and that's all that same group of people, right? I mean, not the two of them themselves, but so many of those people just intermingled in between all those kinds of movies. And
David brought up a good soccer movie. Escape to Victory is not bad. I think it was just called Victory.
That was Victory here.
Yeah,
Pele, Michael Caine.
I'm driving. Don't put me to sleep, Dave.
No, that was a good one. That was set in World War II when they played the Nazi gods.
Yes.
And Pele was in it. Yeah, and they broke Pele's.
That was a good movie. Yeah,
they broke Pele's arm, and they still couldn't stop him. That was pretty good. Is dodging rent considered a sport?
Depends on who's throwing it.
It is in my house.
I was about to say. Depends on who's throwing it.
How was dinner? Meh.
It was the best Kraft macaroni and cheese I ever had.
Larry likes basketball. Remember basketball with the South Park guys? That was all right.
Sure.
That was all right. They invented this game. That was all right. Basketball was all right.
Space Jam.
Space Jam. Yes. Good one.
What about a wrestling movie? Have we talked about wrestling movies yet?
There was one that had all those older WWF stars from the 70s were in some orphan thing. That was pretty funny.
I'm doing the best I can, cause it's very different. It's been 25 years since I've been out of work, and it's just as like everybody else. It's just so different right now. It's difficult. So that's why I've been doing these shows every night. It gives me something to do, and I get to talk to people because I'm trapped in the house. Hey, what about Space Jam? Is that considered a movie? Michael Jordan, Bugs Bunny?
I just said that.
Who said that?
I did.
Huh. Yes.
No, I just said it. I just said it.
You did just say it, but Ron just said it 5 seconds before you said it.
Jack Wagon.
Cool Runnings. What is Cool Runnings? What was
Jamaican
Cool
bobsled team.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. How about a running movie like Forrest Gump? Is that what could be considered
also
running?
football too, yeah. Running's a sport.
Yep.
You live in New England and you got to ask that question, Gardner?
Oh, axe throwing. Scott said he's watching axe throwing on ESPN. You know, something tells me that if they were playing hockey, they'd still be showing axe throwing on ESPN.
Yes.
Just I know there's a roller derby movie out there. Only because I in running hockey rinks, we've got roller derby in the rinks every once in a while. Now, I've never watched this movie, but I know it had some, semi A-list kind of celebrities in it.
No, semi-pro. Was that the basketball movie? Was that Will Ferrell, semi-pro?
Oh, how about the boxing? We haven't talked about boxing movies.
Rocky.
Rockies and the Ali movie, and now they're doing the second coming of Rocky with the Creed movies.
Hi, Andrew. Thanks for jumping in here. The
Kingpin
wrestler
was a very good bowling movie, by the way.
I'm a tennis fan. I know there's been a couple, but Wimbledon they made a couple years ago. That was pretty decent.
Flynn, the thing about tennis movies, I go back and forth with them. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Jesus.
There's actually a decent one they did on the Battle of the Sexes between Bobby Riggs and Billie Jean King. They had, I forgot who played in the movie, but that was not too long ago.
Another good football movie, Cause Any Given Sunday. Oh, when that's on. Oh, yes. When that's on, that's one of those movies that I got to stay to the end. It is just so good.
You have Rudy, and then what was that awful one? Replacements.
That was my favorite one. We opened up with the Replacements. Any Given Sundays right after the Replacements. How'd you like the jambalaya? That was the worst thing I ever tasted. Come on. Steamin' Willie Beamer? Come on. That was so good. That had Randy Quaid in it too, or Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid.
Yeah. Oh, you arrived at Pizza Hut.
No, I'm arrived at home from Pizza Hut. So
I
like you guys, but I don't like you more than I have to eat.
All
so
right,
it's
cool.
a pleasure. The Big Lebowski. That's a great one. That's a great one. All right, you guys enjoy. I'll stay on the chat and I'll throw you any other names I can think of.
Let us know how the pizza is.
We will do.
All right, thank you. Flynn chiming in on the road. Pretty cool.
Pizza Hut. My dad loved Pizza Hut.
Kansas City Bomber with Raquel Welch. Boy, that's got to be a 60s, right?
Sounds like a roller derby movie.
Yeah, Andrew, what is that? What is that one there? Southpaw, that must be boxing, right?
Someone mentioned Raging Bull. David did. And absolutely, Jake LaMotta. That was in black and white, too.
Oh, was it?
De Niro, right? Wasn't that one in black and white?
I forget. Oh, Larry, if you haven't seen Any Given Sunday, if you like American football, this is a really, really good movie. It's a drama. It's not a comedy by any means. It is a drama, and it is so good. Any Given Sunday is just good. It really is. Don't we have a rule that we can't show stuff from Clinton? Is that how it goes? I forget. If
See,
we
The
can
Natural was good. League of Their Own was good.
Yeah, not too bad. Oh, there's another one, Waterboy.
Adam Sandler.
Yep. Yeah. Replacements we talked about. That's one I kicked off with. That was on to today, by the way. I was watching some of that, but they were in commercial, so I was like, oh, bummer. Yeah. This is one of the lines from not The Replacements. Any Given Sunday. I think it was it Lawrence Taylor? Was that Lawrence Taylor was in it? And he shouldn't have played because he had a neck injury and he could have died, but he played. He made the tackle, and that got him his bonus, but he hurt his neck. And they're putting him on the stretcher. Don't drop me now. I'm worth $1 million. Yep. That's a good line. Good one, that. The movie Draft was pretty good a few years ago. What was is that the one with Costner in it that was the Indians? Draft Day? I like Draft Day. I know a lot of you guys are gonna poo-poo on Draft Day, but Draft Day, when he was drafting it for the Cleveland Browns, that was a good movie too. That was a very
Tom Cruise movie where Show Me the Money. That was a good one. Andy McGuire?
Was it Tobey Maguire?
No, not Tobey. No, Cuba Gooding. No, the name of the movie. Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire. Yep.
That was a good one.
Trouble with the Curve. That must have been baseball. Madonna's best performance in one of those movies. What was that? League of Their Own?
League of Their Own with Tom Hanks.
Oh, Corey Walsh. Karate Kid. Yeah. Okay. Is that Sweep the Leg? Does Karate Kid sweep the leg?
It's not
Mr. Miyagi?
curling. That's karate.
Okay. So it was roller derby. Kansas City Bomber was roller derby.
Well, that
okay.
name it had been roller derby.
Oh, Dave Little with another good here. The Sandlot.
Yes.
The Sandlot. Yeah. That's another good one. So yeah, we're talking about sports movies to watch while we're stuck in the house here. There's been a few on, and I wanted to kick back and watch some. Yeah, if Any Given Sunday, I should watch that again. That's good. Draft Day is good too. That was so good. It just was. People hated it, but I liked it.
Another good one, The Hustler, with Paul Newman and Jackie Gleason as pool sharks. Jackie Gleason plays Minnesota Fats.
Okay.
And of course, if you consider poker a sport, Rounders.
Yeah, and Scott says Any Given Sunday. Yeah, thumbs up for that one. Yeah, that is a good one. That is a good one. They're coming out with a League of Their Own series. Did not know that. Is that on? Must be on. Is that on like Hulu? Or is that on TV or Netflix or something? I'd be interested. Bull in black and white was De Niro's best performance. Yep, it might be.
He was pretty young there too.
Yeah. Oh, you meant Draft Day. Yeah. That I did like Draft Day. Draft Day was pretty good. Yeah, and that was all about the Browns. Yeah, the Cleveland Browns.
So it was a dramedy then.
Yeah.
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire. That's the one. Yep. Larry says there's no crying in baseball. No, there's not. And Moneyball. I never saw Moneyball. Never saw. What was that about? What was Moneyball?
About the Oakland A's. About how they built those teams together about 20 years ago. Jonah Hill and the rise of sabermetrics.
Okay. What was the movie? Was it Tom Cruise? I forget. There was someone who was doing football point spreads. And he was like he was on the money every time. And then he had a cold snap. And people were like coming at him to kill him because he just couldn't pick teams anymore. I forget what movie that was, but that was another good drama movie. Here's a good one. Over the Top with Stallone. That's an arm wrestling movie, but okay, that works. Yeah, we're killing you, Smalls. What was that for? Was that Caddyshack?
Yes.
That was Caddyshack? Okay. Dave Little, I love the Moneyball book. Can never bring himself to watch the movie. I didn't know they had a book for that. But
most movies come from books. The Natural was a book.
Angels in the Outfield.
They made that a couple times. Disney redid it when they owned the Angels.
Yeah, another Moneyball was pretty good.
Well,
that was my favorite movie right there. The Death of Baseball. That was my favorite one. I haven't seen it yet, but that's my favorite baseball movie.
Did I tell you about the 1993 Stanley Cup highlight video again?
Yes, you did. Oh, Ron, you somehow dropped off the stream.
Huh.
Billy Bean and the A's. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, you're killing me, Smalls, with the Sandlot.
It's
what
also
I thought.
Caddyshack.
I thought it was Smales. No, Smales was it was Judge Smales. So
Judge
Smalls
Smales.
was the Sandlot. Okay, good. A good document was Olympia about the
Jesse
36th
Owens,
Olympics. Oh, that'd be kind of neat. That'd be kind of cool. So yeah, so we're talking sports movies to watch. Try to what kind of background do we want to get? Want to go baseball? We'll put in the moon. Here we go. This is the moon.
I like
pit
that's
right
a great shot.
Yeah, that's actually that's a shot that I took with my Nikon camera that I got.
And photographer, don't take his Kodachrome away.
You need to have it just right because it first of all, it's got to be in my backyard or my front yard so I can get a good look at it. Otherwise,
that's a nice shot.
But yeah, on those big days with the moon, that thing zoomed right in.
Shrink us so that you can see more of that.
I don't know if I can do that.
Can you?
No. All I can do is
if
that.
You're going to share the screen. Can you do that without anything actually on the screen?
No, I could show that picture by itself at some point, but
okay.
Yeah, no, that in fact, so I this camera I got, it's got I want to say it's like a 300 times zoom. It's ridiculous, this camera. And it's not even that expensive. It was just like a few $100. It was like $300, I think. And I got it years ago. And the zoom is ridiculous. And and people are getting pictures of Saturn with the rings. I haven't got that yet.
Wow.
Yeah. No, it doesn't look like this.
It's pretty powerful.
Okay, now to be fair, it doesn't look like this. It's really tiny, but you can see Saturn with the rings around it.
Yes.
You can see it's all jagged and stuff, and it would probably be about the size of if you look at my Seals jersey, you see the A in the Seals jersey right there. Yeah. That's about the size it would look like on the screen here. But still, Saturn from your house with a camera. I could never find it. I was like, I'm trying to go like Mercury and Venus. I couldn't find any of those, but Saturn with the rings. Oh my gosh, that would be pretty sweet.
You can usually see Venus and Mars from here, just because they're so bright. They get through all the light pollution of the city. But
yeah, this this camera I got, it's got a setting that you just put it right on moon. It's cool. So many people take moon. In fact, I'm in a group for this camera, this Nikon camera, and everybody's like, okay, more moon pictures. It's like, yes, more moon pictures because they're awesome.
Oh, Scott Mulcahy's talking about Chariots of Fire. The run for the British Olympic running teams back in the 20s or so.
Oh, is that the one? That's the same thing. Yeah. During when Clark Griswold and his son were racing to the.
No, it had nothing to do with Chevy Chase. That's Caddyshack.
Yeah, but no, that's the one when he goes, "Come on, Rusty, I'll race you to the front." Dun, dun, dun. They play with Chariots of Fire. They're running in slow motion. Yeah. So it was.
Speaking of Caddyshack, Chevy Chase and Bill Murray hated each other so much that they were only on the set together one day to shoot that scene in the cabin. That was the only thing they were in together, and they could only be together for that one day. That's how much they despise each other from Saturday Night Live.
Wow, yeah, they did you ever see the every once in a while one of the channels, I don't know if it's the Learning Channel or something like that, but they have the they have it's an hour-long show on the making of the movie, and they had the making of Caddyshack, and they talked about all that stuff, and they talked about some of the things that they had to change and how they had big hurricanes rolling through the golf courses. So
I don't know if I've seen it, but I've heard about the story.
And there was a couple of times too that they said that the people were so high, all they did is smoke.
Oh yeah,
they were so high they had trouble doing some of the scenes. And
it's funny because the basic plot of the movie about this young caddy and his Irish girlfriend is pretty much obscured by all the cameos and the funny scenes. I mean, it really was. Yeah, you could tell that there was some substances consumed over the course of filming the movie.
And I guess because they had to sit inside because of the what was going on with the weather, that they just were all getting high. It was just too funny.
Live from the Astrodome. The running. Richard Dawson was in that. We were talking about him the other night, weren't we?
Yeah, well, with Family Feud, right?
Yeah.
British rugby league player called mine. Oh, his nickname was Chariots. Okay.
Okay.
And you know what's fun to watch is go on YouTube and I love watching crazy soccer goals, crazy soccer plays.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not a big soccer guy, but damn, the hockey goals I've seen a million times. You go into the soccer bloopers and they are funny. There was one I watched and there was all these white balloons had blown onto the field. Okay. And they blew right into the penalty area where the goalkeeper was, and the ball went in there. And one guy went in and he's swinging his leg and he's hitting balloon after balloon after balloon. He couldn't find the ball. That was pretty hysterical. So there's some really, really funny clips on there. We'll go football, put the Bucks back up there. And so Ron, so I wanted to ask you. So I don't know why, but so now that I'm stuck in.
Of course, you're going to ask me that question.
Yeah. You know that's why you're here. Okay. So I today I went on to your channel, Retro Sports Network on YouTube, and I was checking out your video of the Strat basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Dave Little's still here. He might be able to chime in as well. So what were your thoughts? Between Action PC basketball and Strat basketball. And the reason I asked that is because I like the Strat engine, whereas you flip the card and roll the dice, or roll the dice and flip the whatever it is. And I like that. So when I was watching the basketball game, is they got that dice that's either offense, defense, or
right.
Defender.
I like the system. Good luck finding videos about that. I like the system, but the price point. If you want the card image, as with any other Strat PC game, it's $60, and it only comes with the current season. So do you like it enough to want to pay 80 something for the season of your choice?
Right.
While Action PC, you never have to upgrade if you don't want, and the seasons are always on sale.
Right.
And you get to make a decision pretty much on every play. I play offense. You can play defense if you want. For a card and dice game, Strat is very good. That is a very good game. There's nothing against that. But, I think it comes down to the price point. Would you ever get your money's worth out of it to just do anything besides just random games?
Right. Yeah, and that's what I'm wondering, because I've only played a hand. I don't even think I played a full basketball game, but I've enjoyed the Action PC basketball.
The Action PC basketball, I think, is very good. The chalkboard, I don't really like.
Yeah.
But the game itself is a good game. It plays a good game of basketball. If you play a good team, the AI, I think, is very credible. We watched Dave Little's his stripped down replay, which was excellent, by the way. So unless, the Strat games, I think, on the computer are more designed for those who are big fans of that particular sport. You would certainly got your money's worth out of the hockey game.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm not sure you'd ever, because you don't watch a lot of basketball or enjoy a lot of basketball game, that you would ever get your money's worth out of that.
Well, that's the thing I was wondering, because I did like how it showed the dice roll, and then it showed whether you picked the offensive player card, the defensive player card, or the defensive team card. So There was 3 possibilities, and then the dice rolled, and it showed, okay, where it ended up, almost like with hockey. Okay, what's the shot going to be?
Probably would be better off if you went and tried to find the actual board game on eBay and do it that way.
Yes, I'd rather play it on the computer.
I think you could find a card set and a game for under $80 and get the same experience. Just putting it out there. But Dave says, it's a good game. I don't regret buying it for a second, but at some point, I'll break out those 85-86 Celtics and might do something against the 85-86 Lakers. I'll make that work for me. But again, that's not something I would buy every year.
Right.
And I would, $100, I'd probably buy the 4 or 5 seasons that I wanted and be content with that for life. So I think for value, Action PC would be better for you, but that's not a knock against the game. It's just how much money do you want to spend to play?
I'm used to the Strat the way Strat plays. So I like the hockey and I like the basic baseball. So I was
Yep.
like, boy, I wonder if I would like the basketball. If I could just kick back and do I take the shot or what do I do? And then I could see the card roll. And
You would probably get more of the decision-making process doing the action PC, and for a lot less money.
yeah. Yeah. And I do have it. I do have a handful of seasons, so I could play if I wanted to, or just, play a playoff or a single game.
Against Liverpool after a shot hit a beach ball thrown by a fan. The Liverpool keeper tried to save the beach ball as the ball trickled into the other corner.
Oh yeah, it probably happened so fast that you probably didn't know what happened. But no, I don't know why. I just was like, I want to play something different today. And I actually
a demo for replay basketball, by the way, which is what you might want to try that because that's free and you can just try it out.
Okay. Maybe I'll take a look at that.
$50, and I think it comes with the season of your choice.
Okay. Yeah, because I actually pulled out I decided to look at Status Pro Hockey today. I pulled that out and I started flipping through the directions, and I that was making some sense, but there was still some math you had to do.
I liked it the time that we tried to play it on Hangouts, but as with any cards and dice game, unless it's pre-sorted for me, it won't do any good.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed okay, but just the idea that, okay, I'm going to take the shot and you got to look at the offense and then subtract the defense and then you get your number.
Basketball too, and that comes with fast action cards, and those seasons are really cheap.
Okay.
But I would look at PC Replay Basketball and see if you like that.
Okay. I just like the looks of Action PC, and I like the looks of what else was it?
Strap?
Yeah, that's what it was. I got a lump here on my finger here. I don't know if that's the one that I busted last year or not.
Is that the one that went to Pizza Hut?
I know, right? What the hell is that? Holy
Inside
crap.
the Hoop 2, that's the makers of the guy that did Inside the Crease. So again, I think that would be for Dave. That would not be, if that's a whack-a-mole game, I don't think he'd like that. I would look at PC Replay. That's
Inside the Hoop. Yeah, there's Inside the Crease, Inside the Hoop.
Yeah.
There's a few of those. They're okay. Some of those are okay. So we're wondering, today we're talking about some sports movies to watch. We had some really good suggestions.
Good football movie if you're looking for something gritty.
Yeah.
North Dallas 40.
Oh, that's a weird one.
With Mac Davis. It was Golden Richards was a wide receiver, and it's a direct take from Tom Landry's Dallas Cowboys.
And yes, Play does have a basketball game. I was actually watching that today too on YouTube. I was like, what is that?
You might like the Play.com version of basketball because those games tend to be more towards casual fans.
Right.
Or a highlight-driven game, which I think for basketball would be really good. There's also Ultra Quick Basketball from Downey if you just want to roll some final score type.
Yeah. Robbie says PC Replay is pretty good. Yeah. And Larry's like, he likes the North Dallas 40. That is I don't know if I've ever seen that one all the way through.
It's worth it. It's worth it. It does not glamorize pro football at all. The NFL did not like that. And Tom Landry and the Dallas Cowboys did not like that. But it's got Mac Davis in it. My mother had the hardest crush on him, so we saw that.
Oh, really?
Yes. The Hustler, like I said, I'd recommend that one too. If you're into pool. And of course, Paul Newman and Jackie Gleason. Just those two names alone. Racing movies. Grand Prix. Steve McQueen was in that, wasn't he? Talladega Nights, the legend that we talked about that. If you're looking for something kind of cute, there was Six Pack, which kind of looks at NASCAR in the early 80s.
Lights are working.
He's ruined this stream.
The lights are working. Because we wanted to make sure. Yeah, they are working. Yeah. I might need them now. It's getting dark outside now. It's been my beverages tonight. It is Polar Premium Ginger Ale. It's the only tonic I ever drink anymore. I don't drink tonic, but I do drink ginger ale because of my my terrible stomach.
Senna. Yep. Formula One.
I like watching Formula One. Oh, when that's on TV.
Yeah, anything that involves a right turn, I like watching for auto racing.
There was one Formula One race I was watching. Holy cow! Excuse me. And the guy, they pulled in. It's like these all the tires, and he pulled out, and the tire come flying off excuse me, I think it was his back tire, and the cameraman followed the car out, and the tire hit him smack in the back of the head.
Oh,
and sent him flying, right? And so they had to go back and pick up him and pick up the car. And that was all over the news that night. And I happened to catch it live while the race was going on. And Nate says, are the Bucks going back to the old jerseys? I hope so. It won't be this year. But I'm going to put the Bucks back on here. So there's the Buccaneer field for the background there. But I heard next year that they will, because I think it's too late for this year. Although who knows what's going to happen this year? Maybe they'll change some rules this year. I think they want to. They're getting a lot of pressure.
This year. They want to get people's butts in the seats when we get going again.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of pressure to put the orange jerseys back on the field, even for a while. So next year they're supposed to allow 2 helmets. The reason they don't do it is because they're only allowed 1 helmet, so they can change everything from the chin strap down. So all you crazy colors for jerseys, but the helmet, it's 1 helmet. So you pick one and stick with it. So the orange creamsicle wouldn't work with this. Okay, and so Kenny, yeah, I wanted to get with you on some kind of a video chat, but I think I'm going to hold off. I tried to do some hockey blast today, and it didn't go well. It just, maybe I was not in the proper mood to try to play that today. I was in a bad mood, sour mood all day today, but so I gave it a try.
Sunday Ron today.
I was Sunday Ron. I tried to play the 70. I got the 74 season, so it was 74 Rangers taking on the 74 Blackhawks, and I just really needed to learn the game again. I wasn't in the mood to relearn the game. And I tried to play it. And of course, the first penalty was a major penalty. Then you got to go to the chat. I just went, close the book, put it away. It's like, nope. Just, there's too many things about that game that just bug me to death. And the penalties are one of them. When I got a penalty early in the game, I was like, no, I need to go and learn how to play this again. I'm not in the mood for that. So I didn't. Let's see what Larry has. I think it's going to be different helmets for every. Yeah, next year, 2021, you're going to be able to have 2 different helmets. I heard, because I think it's a safety issue right now.
Giants, the best team in football, would go with the NY, which they went back to, and then probably the one with the Giants on the block print on the sides.
I like the Giants. That's the one I every time I play like Madden or something like that, I always flip back the jerseys to the 70s or 80s. This is what I grew up with, and that's what I like. And it's my feel good moment, is to go back. And even the hockey teams, I'll go back if I can and put them all in there. What do I do for line changes? Well, I just I don't know what I do for line. I just lay them. I have the big board, so I just lay them all out and just change lines when they ask me to. Kind of like Strat. I don't get too crazy with it. My issue with the hockey blast is when you're laying out your lines, you look at all the words on the people's cards, and so you ignore positions and just look at the words to try to have the players with the most words, skill and things like that. So you could really just forget about the actual lines and create a super line or random lines. I don't know. It just didn't work for me. Yeah, it is based on line matchups, and that's the thing about that. So, and that's one thing I was sitting there today thinking, okay, when I put together my lines, if I'm playing by myself, I got to kind of be on the honor system for both.
Right.
But you can look down at the table and pretty much figure out who's going to win every matchup. And
that might be one that plays better head to head for you, as opposed to solitaire.
Yeah, it might. That way, there you pick up your lines against his lines and whatever. But I only play solitaire, and I want a good solitaire game, and I think right now it's going to be Strat right now. The grid method helps the game flow too. I think that's what I do. I line up 3 lines of forwards and 3 lines of D against each other. I just play 3 lines. So
well, for the 70s, that's all you'd have anyway.
Yeah. Yep. So that's all I do with that, and I just kind of make my own rules for that game. Anyway, a lot of I just play whatever, but I tried to play by the rules today, and it didn't go too well. So that's why I said I put it away. I said, let me try something else. Let me either try Status Pro, maybe I'll give that another go, or I'll try some basketball somewhere.
I think if you gave Status Pro, sat down there with your morning coffee after she goes to work, I don't think the math was that difficult. I think it's add one thing here or there.
Yeah.
Always use grid, always roll 4 lines. Of course, you can have the rosters as big or small as you want. So,
yeah. I don't know if they give you. Yeah, I think you do get 4 lines in the 70s.
Sure, you would.
I think you do.
Yeah, I believe it's 17 skaters. So you'd have 2 reserve forwards just in case of an injury or something like that.
Okay. But I want to go back and play some of the Brady season. Oh, I pre-ordered the Action PC Football.
I did too.
Yeah. So I'll be able to add a couple seasons that I don't have to my list there, and I got to play more of that. That's a fun game. I don't play that nearly as much as I should. I like the football and the golf. That's what I like. So anything else go on anybody's mind here? We've been on for an hour now. The other show I was supposed to do canceled, so I don't have to sign right off, so we can kick around for a little bit if everybody wants to hang out. So let me know what anybody wants to chat about. Today was a nice rainy day. I got the dog out today. We were both soaked when I come home, so that wasn't very fun. And it's supposed to rain tomorrow too.
Today. Hopefully we can tomorrow. I got a nice fan letter today from Big Clue.
Oh, fantastic.
Asked me about my writing stuff, and it was nice to wake up to that. And so, in tough times like this, it's always nice to get something unexpected. So I responded back before we got on, and so thank you very much. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, somebody left me a nice message on my Facebook today too. So that was, it's always nice at this time here to get a nice message, and people appreciate what you're doing. And so, what was Larry got going on here? Sunny and 65 today. Lots of wind.
I'll take 65 for sure.
Oh, yeah, you can keep the wind. Wind is terrible.
Kenny finished the season 1 of. Now, who are you managing, Kenny? 27, 24, and 4 doesn't mean a lot without some context. If you're taking Team USA and doing that, you suck.
Yeah.
But if you're doing that with. So who are you doing that with?
I don't have a soccer background to put up. So I guess I'll just go with the Oreos.
Milk's favorite cookie.
I used to eat a lot of Oreos even since I was a kid, and I backed off of those now. And I told them don't buy them anymore for many different reasons. But one reason now is that they get this weird taste to them now. Because she gets the Trader Joe's Oreos, and they're called JoJo's.
Okay.
And they're basically Oreos from Trader Joe's, and they just everything from Trader Joe's, from their cereal to their cookies to different things. It just tastes less sugary.
Yes.
And maybe it's my imagination. I've talked about this before. I don't know if it does have less sugar in it or if it's just my imagination, but either way, I do like that. It's just like you have a couple of Oreos and it's almost like, have you ever had a Krispy Kreme donut?
We don't have them up here.
They are super, super sweet. You have a Krispy Kreme, you're like,
yeah, I probably
there's so much sugar in them. Yeah. Whereas a Dunkin' Donut, you can have a couple and you're perfectly fine. So that's how Oreos are with me. Oreos are just so sweet now. And when I have, the JoJo's, I like them so much better.
Once in a while, I'll have her pick up the Thins because they come in a package of 100 calories. And so they're pre-packaged. And so the cookie is about half the size. And there's just enough there to be, it's like 3 cookies. And they're fine. It just gives me my Oreos Jones when I need it because you can't eat too many of them because I'm diabetic and you know how that works. So Cat ate 6 on one side of gig. 6 Oreos or 6 double stuffs?
Oh, six Oreos are nothing, Oh.
When I was in the 3rd grade, I tried to figure out how big my mouth was because they always said, Ronnie, you got a big mouth. Can you guess why they said I had a big mouth there, Davey? Go ahead. Go ahead. Respond. I won't.
Because you ate a lot?
Because I ran my mouth all the time.
Oh.
Someone flashed themselves in the eye, I'm sure. And so I figured I'm looking the see, I knew you were gonna do that, and I turned the other way. And so as like
no.
6 Krispy Kremes. Holy crap.
No, dude, no way. No, you don't eat 6 Krispy Kreme donuts.
That's not worth the coma, Kenny. It's not worth the coma.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I need to take this off. I'm just going green. I'm just gonna go green for right now. Oh, yeah, no, that
So-
was.
Oh my god.
People would bring those up to the hockey rink, and I would cut one in half and cut it in half again, and I'd be like, I'm good. And I love donuts, but that's I could take a quarter of one, maybe
Really?
half. If I ate a whole one, I would have to run around on Route 1 just to burn it off. Oh man.
Anyway, to finish the Oreo story, so how big was your mouth, Ron? And so, as a third grader, big deal. I shoved a whole Oreo in my mouth, and I realized my mouth was really big because I could fit a whole regular Oreo in my mouth. See, it's not as good as Kenny eating the 6 Krispy Kremes. He stole that story, but that's absolutely worth it.
That's brutal.
6. You've never tasted. They must call them something different there in the UK. It's a cream-filled cookie.
Yeah. Yep.
I saw a funny meme of Little Debbie.
Yeah.
Little Debbie on day 1 of the quarantine, and she's cute and little, and by day 15, she's
yeah, it's large Debbie.
Big Deborah was.
Big Deborah. Yeah, I did see that one.
That was funny.
There's a lot of those funny little day 1 of quarantines and day whatever.
Day 10, I miss hockey so much that I had to stop and watch the Bruins go beat the Leafs as he's watching the bear go in the woods.
Yeah. The other one I saw, I lit a tree on fire so I could see the flames torch the Leafs. Yeah. I went to the zoo so I could boo the penguins, stuff like that.
So, Kenny, how much did you sleep that night when you came off that sugar high?
Oh, man, that's...
The sweetest donuts I ever had were the old frosting-filled ones at Dunkin'. Get the chocolate-filled or the vanilla-filled or the maple-filled. And those would just make me bounce off the wall.
Yeah. I remember one time I was in a band, and me and a guitar player were in my apartment, and we were writing a song. And I didn't have anything to drink but orangeade. And so we were drinking orangeade and orangeade and orangeade. And the song just kept getting faster and faster and faster. And he looks at me, he goes, I don't know what it is. Because I just want to go run around right now. And it's like, me too. It's like, we drank the whole bottle of orangeade. It's like, all the caffeine and that orangeade and that sugar. Holy cow.
Take care, Dave.
Dave.
Did you ever drink Tang?
Oh, yeah. I went to the moon. I drank Tang. That was for astronauts.
Okay, yeah. Hoosiers, we talked about that. Bad News Bears, we talked about. A League of Their Own. Seabiscuit. We never did talk about horse racing, but Seabiscuit was good.
Yep, we haven't talked about horse racing, and so we'll move right along.
Kev was covering a 2-day track meet, and he ran both days.
Yes, he did. He ran right. He probably ran faster than the runners while he was writing the article.
I never liked Tang.
Tang was all right. It was just a powdered orange juice. It was all right. I didn't mind Tang.
It was better than some flavors of Kool-Aid, but
Kool-Aid was all right. Do you know why? Do you know why they don't drink Kool-Aid in Wisconsin?
Why is that, Dave?
Because they can't figure out how to get 2 cups of sugar and a gallon of water in that little packet.
Send your cards and letters to Dave Gardner.
Moneyball, we talked about a little bit. Yep. There's a lot of good ones. A lot of stuff I forgot about too. I was like, wow, I forgot about that one. I forgot about this one. So there's been some really good ones that people are brought up tonight. Some fantastic ones there. And now I want to go watch them. Now I want to sign off and kick in front of the TV and call up some of these games. You know what I mean? What else we got going on here? Oh yeah, Curly Neal. Curly Neal passed away. Yeah,
I thought that and think it's one of those. Didn't he die years ago? And apparently not.
I think that was Meadowlark Lemon. I think
Meadowlark's been gone for a while. Yeah,
he's the only 2 I knew. Curly Neal, Meadowlark Lemon.
Flitter picked a good one. We Are Marshall which was after the plane rebuilding the program after the plane crash in 1970.
Okay.
It killed the team, and so they had to literally rebuild the program.
I think I might binge watch some sporting movies. Oh man, I watched a movie today. It was on Netflix.
Okay.
I think it was called The Platform. It was it was dubbed, so I had to turn on the English language, so it didn't line up.
Right.
I think it might have been a Spanish movie, and it was about these people in a like, I don't. It was kind of like a prison, and there was two people on a floor, and it was all cement, and in the middle of this floor was this square, and you could look down and look up, and every floor was exactly the same, right? And this thing and up top, it showed all these people preparing fancy food, like taste testing it and just like going all crazy with this food, right? And they would set this unbelievable looking table, and they would lower the platform in, right? And then it would stop for a couple of minutes, and that level would eat, and then it would drop down to the next level, and they would eat. Well, by the time it got to you got the by the time you get down to like level 20, there was no food left at all. So everybody below that was just going hungry. And so they would like start killing each other because, you know what I mean? It was a really weird movie. But then like you would go to sleep and they'd gas everybody and they'd move you around. So one time you'd be on level 6 and have your pick, and other times you'd be on level 200 and the thing would come down and be no food on it left, you know?
That's
and it was about these
like
it was like a really it was, oh man, I thought it'd be a little different than that, because like I saw the previews, like, boy, that looks interesting, because I've seen movies like that, like The Cube and stuff like that, where people are trapped in a place and they're trying to get out, and it just ended stupid, and the whole premise was just really weird, because you sign up to go into this thing for some reason. I don't know why you would sign up to go in there and starve yourself to death and have to, you know, kill people to eat them, but it was a weird movie. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to my sports movies. Yeah.
Now my wife is an anime fan. Okay. And so, trying to be the good husband I was a long time ago, I went through the early days of the internet and I went and bought her a movie. Figured, okay, she'll love it. I'll probably get some, you know how this works. Young married couple. It's called Grave of the Fireflies. Okay. So we had a DVD player on my computer that tells you just how long ago that was. We didn't have the DVD player attached to the television. You had to watch it on the computer. So she's nice, and she goes to watch it on the computer, and it's a Saturday afternoon, so I'm watching Ohio State beat up on some team. Game gets boring, and I go in there, how's the movie, honey? Thinking, good stuff's going to happen. And she's crying.
Oh.
And so I start to watch the movie with her. It was the most depressing movie I've ever seen.
Oh.
It was not, the Pokemon or whatever type thing, poorly dubbed and I don't know what we're doing, but we must yell while we do it type things. The plot of this, it won awards. Oh, Montreal, Toronto for me. Thank you, sir. It won awards. And so I figured, what the hell? It was like $25 when we didn't really have $25. The premise of the story is it's Japan, August of 45, and they've surrendered. And so it's a bunch of kids literally starving to death, trying to find food before the American. I'd be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Uncle Ronnie didn't get any that night for sure and she looked me in the eye and said, don't you ever buy me a movie again. And to this day,
No, good idea.
I don't blame you. Yeah. So, and they apparently made a sequel, which I'm not sure how, but yes, that's what it was. It was an animated movie about kids starving to death. When it won awards.
No, he's like, I don't want to watch.
Buy it.
I don't want to watch that stuff. Yeah,
I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all for that. I sat there and depressed, even knowing Ohio State was beating up on Illinois in the other room didn't help my mood any either. But yeah, so that was just buy stuff Ron.
Yep. So what? So before we wrap things up, what are you going to be playing next? What offline? What do you think?
Next offline thing I think is going to be either the next part of my Mets 86 replay. The next game I have checked in hockey is Washington and Montreal. We don't talk about Triple X on the stream, Kenny. Kenny's got a one-track mind. You notice that?
Sometimes.
The Blue Pill stories. I can't wait to read some.
The Krispy Kreme Diaries.
Krispy Kreme. And so either it's the Habs and the Caps, which I'm not sure why I picked, or the 86 Mets. Online, it is, or on the stream, it is going to be Cincinnati, Pittsburgh tomorrow at noon from Three Rivers.
I might do another Spiders game tonight. Either that or I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to see how I feel when I'm done this.
Mm-hmm.
Go take a break from this, chill out for a few minutes, and see if anybody else is on. I like to after I do my stream, I like to see if anybody else is streaming, and then I can catch somebody else. But if nobody's on for a little while, then maybe I'll jump on.
You never talk about Fight Club. Also a sports movie.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah, kind of, sort of. So we had some good ones here tonight. Any Given Sunday was good. All the football movies are good that we talked about tonight. I really did. I liked them all. The hockey movies I'm a little more picky about because
and I think you got to classify them too as funny movies and dramatic movies.
Yeah.
Because Major League and The Natural are, they're baseball-based movies, but they're, And also, if you'd like to read, some of those are The Natural is pretty much a novella. It's a very short book. It's like less than 100 pages. Yeah.
Put the seals back up. I like the seals.
So that's what we got going on.
All right. And I don't know, maybe I'll pull out some Action PC basketball, just play it offline tonight, see if I can play it a little bit and see how that goes. I got some hockey seasons I need to wrap up.
Yep. What a feeling, Kenny. Flashdance. He just likes Jennifer Beals.
I didn't like any of those dance movies. That wasn't my thing. Footloose and all that stuff.
No, just the whole point of Jennifer Beals putting a gallon of water on herself, I think, is what he likes about that movie. What a feeling. Isn't that right, Kenny?
So everybody, thanks for tuning in on this. I think it's a Sunday night.
It is the 29th of March.
And if some of you are going back to work tomorrow, stay safe. I'm still out. Actually, tomorrow, my job is to start looking into some of the stimulus stuff they passed and see where I fit in to that. I got a couple people that email me some stuff that I got to go over and look at and see if anything can help me out here in the short term. So,
okay, Field of Dreams was originally a short story too. Okay, Kenny, you're a bad boy.
Yes, he is. So. But anyway, so again, thanks everybody that's tuning in. Have a safe week, and we'll be back tomorrow night. I'm not sure if we'll go at 6 or 7 Eastern time, depending on how it goes. And we'll play everything by ear tomorrow.
Yep.
But we'll be back on, hopefully, talking to everybody and checking in and see how things are going. We'll try to come up with another topic for tomorrow night. But tonight was a good one. We had some really good ones, some sports movies, some really good stuff that people brought up, some stuff that I forgot about in the whole bit. So everybody that watched in, thanks for tuning in. Larry, thanks for tuning in. Cause, good to talk to you again. I haven't talked to you in a long time. Hope you're doing well. David, thanks for tuning in from overseas there. I know it's getting late for you. Yeah, it's getting to be late over there. So hopefully things are okay over there. Good to have some people chiming in from over there. And we just got to kind of kick back and hopefully this craziness will end so we can get back to, well, it's probably going to be a new normal, but hopefully it'll still be some kind of a normal life. And so, Ron, thanks for joining me.
Always a pleasure.
And everybody else, Robbie, thanks so much for the comments here. And we got to figure out a digital to dice topic. Oh, you had a good one. You had a good digital to dice topic
right now.
Yep. So we'll kick that around too. And thanks everybody. I keep saying thanks. I keep repeating myself. I'm getting tired now. So
a good deal. It just keeps repeating itself.
Yeah, I know. So all right. So we're gonna sign off now for good. Thanks for joining us. We'll hopefully talk to you guys tomorrow.
Good night.
Bye-bye.